What's going on, guys? So in this video, we're going to talk about how you can actually alter the way that your genes are expressed to attain the energy of a kid on a playground, to think as clearly as the guy in Limitless, and to be happier than the Cookie Monster in a cookie factory. But before we get into the goods, make sure to obliterate the like button. And as a reminder, guys, we have a new video being released every single day at 10 a.m. So click the bell notification below so that you don't miss any of this jam-packed training. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. So first things first, I know you're probably thinking, okay, change the way my genes are expressed? I thought I was just born with genes and you either get lucky or you don't. And in a sense, you are right. You are born with genes, and those genes, they can actually cap or limit your potential in certain areas. But it's how you express those genes that ultimately affects how your body feels, looks, and performs. For example, you may have genes that have naturally made you thin, but you can do weightlifting and exercise and send your body signals to pack on muscle. Now, you might also have genes that naturally made you a little bit bigger, but you can do workouts and eat specific foods to trim fat. The point here is that it's your actions that affect your life and not your predisposed genes. Now, there's actually a new emerging field called epigenetics, which goes into more detail of this, or that's essentially what we're going to be talking about today, I should say. Now, we're actually going to go over a few things that you can do from the foods you eat to applying secret eating strategies, as well as workouts that you can do to enhance yourself on a cellular level. Cellular level, there we go. I said it weird that first time. There we go though. Now, the first method is a powerful eating strategy to profoundly boost your mental alertness. And at the same time, it's going to rip off your stubborn body fat, which will also grant you more energy. You see, having excess body fat, it requires you to spend much more energy just to move and do basic things. I mean, imagine carrying around a 15-pound bowling ball with you for an entire day. How much more difficult would it be for you to walk? A lot more. Well, holding extra body fat is literally no different. So you're probably wondering, okay, well, what's the secret eating strategy? And it is intermittent fasting, which essentially means that you only eat or drink anything that isn't water within an 8-hour time gap. Meaning that if your first meal at breakfast or whatever is at 10 a.m., you can eat all the normal foods that you would normally eat, but at 6 p.m., you'd stop eating or drinking anything that isn't water. Now, I'm gonna leave a video around here that goes into more of the specifics on intermittent fasting, so you can check that out. Now, if you don't find it, you can just search my channel for intermittent fasting and you'll see it there. Now, this next strategy, it's gonna require more of a commitment from you and more energy, but it'll have probably 5 to 10 times more impact than intermittent fasting, which already is gonna have a huge impact on your life. Now, this factor is getting your body to use fats for energy instead of glycogen, which is what your body is most likely using right now. But humans, we haven't evolved from using glycogen for energy. And the result is that our energy, it's very inconsistent throughout the day. And if you ever find yourself crashing at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., or you randomly get brain farts, like your brain isn't firing on all cylinders, it's likely because of this. But let me rewind here, because I know you're probably like, okay, is this Adam guy insane or what? Our bodies are naturally supposed to use fats? But let me put it this way. You already know that our bodies, they adapt in order to survive, right? That's why when you tan, your skin gets darker. What's really happening here is that your body, it's adapting from the stress of the sunlight and getting darker so that the next time it can handle the stress you've applied to it. That's also why if you were to get sandpaper and rub it on your hand, well, it would start bleeding. But in a few days, your skin would come back tougher and stronger in the form of a callus, so that next time the sandpaper or whatever stress you apply to it won't damage it as much. And that's even why you can gain muscle. What you're really doing is breaking down your muscle fibers, and then when you sleep, your body's going to recover, then it's going to adapt to the stress so that next time it can handle the weight or the stress that you've applied to it. So with that being said, if carbs or glycogen were meant to be our main source of fuel, then why can our bodies only hold 1,700 calories of glycogen, but they can hold 72,000 calories of fats? Wouldn't that make it less likely for us to survive because it would limit our energy? And why are there essential fatty acids and essential amino acids, but no essential glycogen? It's all of these reasons that lead me to believe that fats are meant to be our main source of fuel. And once you get your body fat adapted, you'll find that your body and brain literally operate 5 to 10 times more efficiently. You know, you're gonna think more clearly. You're gonna have just this unreal mental alertness, godlike energy, and you're gonna find it easier to be in a fun-loving attitude where you can joke with your friends, your family and coworkers. It's not gonna be hard for you to be happy. But let me tell you why I know this is gonna have such a profound effect on your life. So I used to disregard the effect that food and nutrition really had on my body because I always thought I felt good, you know? But then one day, my friend's dad, he went on Joe Rogan's podcast and he talked about how all these problems that he associated with aging, like his cognitive function just declining, this low energy and arthritis, well, he talked about how all of those problems, they vanished into thin air once he started becoming fat adapted. And it sounded super intriguing. I mean, who doesn't want to have godlike energy, think clearly, like as clear as guy and limitless? So I decided to give it a go for 30 days. And boy, did my life change in 1 month. You see, the first thing I noticed was that my energy levels, they were comparable to a kid's. Like I remember one day I was in the gym and I could barely even curl like a 40-pound barbell, which is super lightweight for me. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? Then I realized that I had been in the gym for 90 minutes when my workouts prior, they were only about 45 minutes. And it dawned on me in that exact moment that I had so much more energy that I was able to work out twice as long as before and get my muscles to the point of exhaustion that I never could before. And the funniest part was, even after that 90 minutes of lifting, I had so much energy that I literally went for a 2-mile run after. And then the other interesting thing was that my energy, it was just much more consistent and potent. I never randomly crashed in the middle of the day like I used to. And that's because when you start eating like a conqueror, and you start getting your body fat adapted, you're going to train your body to use fats for energy, and essentially it's just much more consistent because you don't get those blood sugar spikes. When you eat carbs, you're getting a blood sugar spike, and that's when you go up and then you crash after, you know? But really the biggest impact was that the change in my mood and my mental alertness. I simply thought more clearly and just found it easier to be happy. And I now know that happened because my hormone levels became optimized. And when this happened, my social life, it improved dramatically because I would just be more outgoing and happy and talkative. I was just in an easier mood, a lighter mood every day of the week. And things that I used to deem as a problem, they no longer bothered me. And the funniest part about this was that before, I thought I felt good. I thought my body and brain were functioning really well. But how you feel is all relative. How are you supposed to know if you don't feel good if you've never felt good? Now look, if you want to become fat adapted and you want to start eating like a conqueror, the best way is to follow a paleo diet for 30 days. Now again, I have a video on that, so it should pop up somewhere around here. And if it isn't, go to my channel and type in paleo and you'll see a bunch of videos come up. Now, if you made it this far in the video, it shows me that you're meant to be a part of our army of conquerors because you haven't given in to mediocrity. You're still striving to become the best version of yourself, and I respect that. I respect that so much more than you can imagine. So I want you to officially join us by crushing that subscribe button and the like button on this video. It's gonna help us reach more people so that we can really grow this community and help others more. I mean, if this channel it remains small, we're not gonna be able to create impact in this world. And I want to help ambitious men like you become the best version of yourselves. Become a conqueror. And then lastly, I want to hear, which one of these strategies are you most excited to try? Intermittent fasting or the paleo diet? And when are you going to start implementing them into your life? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.